meet Joe Rantz at 19 years old, and he's about to start university, which is a miracle to begin with because he's homeless, he lives in a car. He's been abandoned by his dad when he was 14. His mother died when he was 3. He's been fighting his whole life, and he's at this point where he's doing something really incredible. And he finds rowing because he needs to make some money to stay in university. He needs to pay for his tuition. And he just initially rows as a job, as a way to stay in school, but finds this thing that's bigger than him. For the first time in his life, he's found something that's more important than himself.
Joe, your dad gave up on you. He quit on you. All you know is quitting. But it seems to me you're not him.
He's wounded. He's a wounded individual. And he's used to being wounded. He's used to being abandoned. He's used to being alone. He's used to dealing with things in a very quiet way. And that's part of the struggle for him in being part of a team and being responsible for 8 other guys and being responsible for the boat rather than just himself. He has to learn to become a team player. And that's, you know, on a soul level, that's the thing that is so beautiful for Joe, that he understands that, he learns what that means, and he grows.
Looks fast.
She will be.
Up until the Poughkeepsie race, Joe's just doing it. He's going through the motions. It's only when he's really forced to look into the mirror, Ulbrickson kicks him out of the boat because his head's spinning and he's not concentrating, he's not being a team member. Ulbrickson kicks him out of the boat, and in that moment he realizes he's got a choice. And can he face up to it? Can he take responsibility? Can he be part of a team? Or is he gonna do the same thing as he's always done and retreat and hide? And he makes the decision in that moment to take responsibility. And once he takes responsibility for his part in the boat and the boat itself, he becomes a leader, and he becomes someone that the other guys can look to and rely on. And he enjoys it.
What can I do for you, Joe?
On my seat back.
Why?
All that time I spent in it, the work we all did together, that boat. That's all I got.
Well, you better get dressed then.
It's easier than I thought. Thank you. Coach Ulbrickson is an extremely stoic, shadowy figure to the boys up until they get selected to be in the boat. He's sort of hidden away and this godlike figure to everyone. And what's really brilliant is the way that Joel plays it. But also, you know, he dressed incredibly well, so what Jenny Egan's done with him adds to that. And Martin shot him. There's a lot of silhouettes of him. It becomes sort of this really shadowy figure, which is cool. But they don't get to know him as a man until much later.
You did so good today.
Huh?
I said you did so good today.
Thanks. It was fun.
What?
I said it was fun.
Joyce is someone that Joe used to ride the bus with to school. And once he learned the banjo, he would play songs to her and make her laugh and do anything for her attention. And when his family left him, she moved away as well, simultaneously, and they didn't see each other for a few years until they come back to university. And there she is. And she comes bounding over and says, "I know who you are." And it's the childhood sweetheart. It's the girl that he loved from the early days. And, she helps him a lot because she's stable. She's a stable person. And he's never had that in his life. I guess that's what all of these people are. They're stable people for him to learn how to walk again.
From this point on, it's not going to be a question of whether you will hurt or how much you will hurt. It will be a question of what you will do and how you will do it when the pain gets a hold of you.
Don't forget to square your oar up before you drop it in. Don't forget to square your blade, 38.
February the 1st was our first day of training for rowing, and we were awful, and none of us knew what we were doing, to the point where now we push ourselves and push each other to drive the rate up and to go as fast as we can. And we're all incredibly proud of each other because of that. And we really did go through it. I mean, lots of arguments. Jack and I actually are the ones that argue the most because he sits in the 8, I'm in the 7, and you know the cox is in front of him, and so we can't see anything, and we're trying to work out. He drives the boat, basically, the speed of the boat, and he's, you know, we go at each other a lot, and we enjoy it. So to the point where we're, from the beginning, where we couldn't do it, to now, it's extraordinary. Like what we've been able to achieve has blown my mind. I didn't think we'd be able to do that. Everyone loves an underdog story because I believe most people in the world are an underdog, and we can align ourselves with these heroes as they go through their journey and they achieve the unthinkable. And that's what these guys do, ultimately. And at every point in their journey, they're doubted and they're pushed and they're prodded and they're told they can't do it. But they all have, with this belief from Ulbrickson, a through line in which they deep down know that they can do something incredible, and they do it.
They're all legacies. We're not. Not yet. Row for your country. Row for each other. Row for the moment. Put everything that's stacked against you in the back seat. And we're not likely to be back here again.